Oh, what a weekend that was. The Fat Cats have been raided. As you can see, there's a lot of blue army going around. It was quite the expedition. In case you have anything rugby going around, make sure the Fat Cats are present for that expedition. And as you can see, we are coming to you live from Kisasi at the Federal Mini B&B. So comfortable. From across where I'm sitting, I can see my producer and directors are eating on things they should be sharing with, but I believe that's a discussion we'll have later after this conversation. But don't forget to come to Kisasi, to the Fred and Winnie B&B for comfort, exclusivity, and a very serene environment. Today we've been ambushed by the Blue Army, and in case you're the only rugby person who know, the Blue Army are the latest winners of the 2012 Rugby Sevens circuits. They won the Rujumba Sevens. It was quite the expedition. We've been joined by Caesar Atukunda. Ankunda. I always mix up those names. Of course, the resident elite cat, Edwin, is with us. And we have with us a champion himself. He's a national sevens champion. He's a national 15s champion. He's an African champion. And he has been to the World Cup of the Sevens. Byron Oketayot, how you doing?
I'm okay.
You okay? Of course, after Rujumba Sevens, you have to be okay.
Sure.
And I want us to start from Rujumba Sevens. So after we had Entebbe Sevens, we had Arua Sevens, and out of nowhere, Heathens were number one. But the Heathens haven't been winning 7 circuits before. So how come Heathens are number one? And then we get to see in Arua that Byron is back on the team. Byron is back, which means we have power in Cobb. So there's something going to happen. And at Rujumba Sevens, Cobbs became number one. I want you to help us understand how the team came from poor performance in Wachiso, what the new additions added, and how you overcame the Heathens.
Actually, the first 3 circuits, if I may say, I had the players, but I think they lacked confidence. So that's why the last circuit, the more confident players had to come in.
So, are you trying to throw a jab at your captain Osuna, or
not really? Yeah. If you had watched the previous circuits, Osuna was really putting in the hard work. You could see that he was pushing hard, putting the players on the forefront. But then the players who were there, I think they lacked that.
Makumbi.
Why are you putting the man on the spot? He's a champion.
Yeah, like I said before, I think most of the players who were on the team in the previous circuits lacked the confidence, but they are good players. So the more confident guys had to come in for the Rujumba Sevens because really badly needed it. Yeah, more than anyone.
And facing Heathens in the final, weren't you scared at some point?
No, I wasn't.
Are you saying that because you really were?
Not really, I wasn't. If you could have seen my body languages before the tournament, like even in the preparations from Arua, of course, Arua we went with let's pick the momentum. We didn't go to win the tournament. We went to pick momentum. Then we came back during the training days, the 2 weeks, to get ready for Rujumba because we knew the strength of the different clubs. Yeah.
Have you noted one thing? Instead of maintain the momentum, they picked the momentum.
You see, that's one thing I've had synonymous with them. Whenever we see Byron in a team, everyone is going to say power on power. I know you have a few bets with the people here and there, so I want us to clear the air.
Back in 2018, Pirates, Stan Big Black Pirates, a certain player who I won't mention, they won everything. And
they cleaned the house.
And I made when they were raising their last trophy, which was the 15th trophy.
Sevens actually, it is Uganda Cup 15th and 7th.
Okay, yes. When they were raising that trophy, I talked to one of the senior players in that club and told them they'd never win anything again for 5 years. That was 2018. We're in 2022. And by the look of things, even 2023.
Are we counting COVID years or
It's okay.
That's
it was calendar years?
It's okay. It was calendar years, but COVID is COVID, so I will add. But we also played some tournament in COVID time. So anyway, yeah,
which they still want.
we had a bit anyway. But yeah, I'm just happy that status quo is being brought back to normal.
Edwin, I would love talk with you about Rujumba Sevens, but I understand you and Raymond had a different Rujumba Sevens you are looking forward to. So please, I want you to take us to that side of Rujumba Sevens that you are looking to.
Man, Rugby Chill knows how to throw a ball. They threw a ball for 2 nights, and I am not complaining. Actually, if there was a way we could add on a fat cat circuit, we will look for money and we put it at King's Park because, wow, the guys know how to throw a party. It was,
Yes, they do.
It was epic. I lost my voice. I don't know if it's back.
And the whistle?
The whistle is around. It's a souvenir from King's Park. I will move with it wherever I go, but it was a ball, I must say. Kudos to Rugby Chill. They know how to throw a party. Yes.
Maybe to add something small on this, not only Rugby Chill, but generally, Rujumba Sevens was well organized. Everything went, the timing was okay. The reffing was but everything else, I would want to thank the Stanbic Black Pirates and KPA Kings Park Arena management. I like to thank them because they did so well. Rugby displayed there was amazing. Thank you.
Byron, well, I think this is the first 2 days circuit that you played part of this year, right?
Yeah.
And of all the times you've played, have you played against the Hippos? Because there's one of our podcasts who is on holiday now. He keeps mentioning that Hippos are there, almost there, but not yet there. So I wonder, have you played them, and how would you gauge how they found? Because they've been playing with the big boys for long, like 10 years or what. They've played for about 5 years, and they seem to be pushing likes of Pirates, pushing Cobs, but from what you've gathered playing against them, how would you rate them? Because they seemed a very tough turnout for Hiddens last weekend.
I think via my opinions, I think Hippos is one of the strongest teams in Uganda via Sevens. But I don't know what happens to them towards the end. I've played them, I think, so many times, even before my previous club. I played them in Aroa. They really give hard times to Pirates, Heathens, but when it comes to Cobs, it's a different version of the game. If I may say, Cobs play you according to your strength. Because if you see, it's a different ball game. When you are playing Pirates, you play differently. When you are playing Heathens, we play differently. Yeah.
Is that why you were happy when you took out Oliver when you almost got to that?
No, actually, I like playing top teams, like top clubs, because a club with a structure is easy to play, but it's very hard to play a club without a structure. I mean,
so you're saying Heathens has no structure?
No, not that they don't have a structure. There are these lower teams, lower clubs. Let me say Heathens, Pirates, Ginger Hippos. Those are one of the clubs that have structures. But these other lower, you know them.
The ones you haven't mentioned, okay.
Yeah, those teams with structures are easy to play than teams without structures.
And how did you celebrate Rujumba Sevens? I want to know, because I made sure I was away from that ground, because people like Caesar were looking for me. And when Caesar is looking for you and is happy, it's not always a good thing. So I want to know, how did you celebrate Rujumba Sevens?
Of course, I celebrated it even before the tournament. Because the way they are hyping the tournament was exciting, like, oh, let's go for this tournament. And if I may remember, during our training sessions, we were like, let's go. And party hard from there, because I knew we were going to win the tournament. I could see via my players' body languages, guys were like really up to it.
Caesar, I don't know, do you share in Byron's
Now me.
Truthfully, because I
No,
know.
I'm being honest. I'm a pressure person. A lot hanged on that circuit for me personally. Byron will know, but a lot hanged on that circuit. Uh, we made promises to certain people. We some benefactors wanted to do some things, but we needed to win that circuit. And then, before the first few circuits, because of the teams that were using, the players that were using, the team that were put, I wasn't really. I was waiting to be surprised. I wasn't expecting anything. Not disrespect to the players, but I wasn't expecting anything. But I was willing to be. That's why I watched all the circuits because I wanted to be surprised. The Kings Park circuit, where I had all my players. Oh my lord, pressure was high, but I was the happiest man. Oh my god. I took a Mileke shot and I lost control immediately. But
Oh yeah, that is a conversation we need to have. Mileke shots need to be banned, you people. But please go on.
yes, no, it was really amazing, and the sight of, due to whatever happened in the quarterfinals, rugby was on TV, so everyone knows. Due, the sight of Kings Park, the entire Kings Park, apart from the Heathen Stucco part, the entire Kings Park was supporting Cobs, and that just cemented the idea of Kings Park being our home ground. It was so amazing just watching the drums being drummed because of people had their own reasons. I was supporting Cops because it's my club. Pirates guys were supporting because of the injustice, the alleged injustice on them. Hippos were supporting because they felt they were also judged unjustly. So it was really beautiful. You really missed rugby. Anyway, you wouldn't have enjoyed it, but it was amazing. Kings Park was amazing for me.
Edwin, what else did I say is a pressure person? You're always causing chaos on timelines.
Yes,
when Cubs were having those not so nice points, you're always pointing them out and nibbling at them. So I want to know right now, where you're going to stand to? Are you now attacking Heathens for losing the finale or Pirates for losing at their home? I don't know. Now, what's your strategy?
No, me, I'm a freelancer. I shoot where I feel it will hurt most. I don't know, for this weekend, there's some weird vibe about it. No one wanted to come and batter teams. Pirates were battering Heathens because Cubs won. I think the most I don't know, should I say embarrassing or humiliating or humbling experience was seeing Pirates fans eating their humble pie despite a referee decision that cost them a game. And then going and saying, we're going to support Cubs. And then you ask the guy, he's like, Cubs Heathens. I'll support Cubs. So the violence expected on the TL was not as much. But for me, for all the clubs, don't take it personal. Me, I have a main bank that is rich with content. So whenever I feel the tide is on this club, I will direct my resources to that side. So yeah, it was a well-played tournament. Cubs came out on top. Everyone, as Cesar said, was supporting Cubs. Heathens had a really, should I say, yellow exit out of the place. The yellow is synonymous with winning, but this time they had to chew an L. And from the nightlife perspective, they stayed around and they gave me company in my piano, so I don't mind.
Cesar, you have something to add?
No.
It was a good celebration, more especially seeing our fans excited about the tournament because they are really waiting for it. I couldn't promise anyone before the tournament, but I was telling them, even Caesar, he realized it. I was like, yo, we can't promise you the win, but we are going to give you a good tournament.
Yeah.
That's what I was telling almost all our fans.
It's I don't want to say much about this because you guys will put me in a corner. I know he has a rich member and you two people are for the blame, but you know this anyway, even Stoko. I don't want to forget that bit. But off the local scene, Byron, we have our boys going down. Actually, they're already down in South Africa, going to play at the Rugby World Cup Sevens. Of the four of us, you have been the luckiest to be part of this team. You are an African champion, and you've played at a Rugby World Cup Sevens in San Francisco. I think that was 2018.
Yeah.
I think you were unlucky with the injury, and then you had to be out, so the team prepared without you. But you've played with a number of the lads on this team.
Most of them.
So what should we expect from these boys? What are we seeing Friday, Saturday, and Sunday?
The team that traveled, it's an exciting team. Like if you can see, I've been following them the previous training sessions via even the previous tournaments they have had, Chile, Commonwealth. Guys are really excited and are fired up, and yeah, they are going to give us a very exciting moment again. They are going to make us proud in this World Cup, the forthcoming World Cup over the weekend.
Edwin, our resident keyboard warrior. You always have people you're picking on. People you're picking on. Where are your fangs this weekend?
Me, all I want is for us to play Germany. I want us to play Germany and we look them in the eye and tell them this is from the Ugandans send their regards.
Yeah.
Because, so me, the World Cup, yes, it comes off a hard done tournament in Chile, but we must show up. We are usually crowd favorites. So our job in this tournament is just show reason why we are always crowd favorites in Cape Town. Cape Town is one of the growing hubs of our piano in the world. So I wish I could have been on a flight there to spread the gospel with my whistle, but I won't. But going into this tournament, we played Samoa in 2018, the opening game. We lost like 45, I think, 5 or 7. Something like that. We only scored a try in that game and we were totally whitewashed. Many people were like, hey, is this a show that Uganda has come to put up in the US? And eventually we got our stride in the tournament. So we have another chance now to play Samoa with renowned experience on the team. We have fit players. And I think the key thing, as I always say, is that you need to look at how we defend in the past. We were easily exposed to a 2-on-1 because of the drift defense and the fact that teammates would not trust each other. Now you have a team that they trust each other in defense. They have confidence in attack. They have the ability to change from defense to attack quite quickly, as you saw in the try against Australia. They have the ability to defend if their lives depend on it. And we have the ability to excite. And despite the fact that Samoa had a good tournament in LA, we don't care. We have come to put on a show in South Africa. And hopefully we can get the job done, give them trouble. The team is quite confident. The coach is confident in his charges. So we just need to destabilize Samoa and give them that early pressure. And we see how it goes there.
If I may add, actually, I think 80% of the players on the current team played the previous World Cup. And with the experience we have, because the last World Cup, we had no experience.
Yeah.
But again, we gave a good show.
Yeah.
So this one, it's going to a more exciting show because we have players who have experience of playing in the World Cup.
Yeah.
And it's on African soil.
Yeah.
Yes, Africans. I'm a piano soil.
I think at this point we need to get Edwin into SA and so that they recognize you with your life on piano.
Yeah.
I have a special nugget for you when you're talking Seven. I remember at some point when teams were celebrating their members that had made it to the national team, you had that controversial reaction. Yeah? I don't know what pushed you to say that, because I believe teams are supposed to be proud of their boys who make it to a World Cup or make it to Commonwealth Games. I mean, why did you react the way you did? Because
to answer that question, the end justifies the means. Ever since I said it, have you seen a single team do that?
But yes, teams keep doing it.
Teams, I am talking about Ugandan teams.
Yes,
Teams
yes.
are posting the entire full Sevens team. The entire full Sevens team. It's what they are posting. You can check. They are posting the entire, and that's it. We are talking about the spirit of Uganda Rugby Sevens. And man, I've never been so excited about a national team like I am about this Sevens. The boys are ready. The boys are so focused. Did you see them? They are so focused. They are very smart. Oh my God, everything.
DJ Fufu is back.
Good, there's no problem. But the which doctor I use, I need to know. But he's back. Everything is okay. There's no complaint. The coach is ready. The boys are ready. We went with our S&C. Everything is aligned for us. I bought my jersey fully autographed by the entire team. My lord, I cannot wait.
You saw them in their short shorts. Eh?
Yeah.
They're all organized.
It's excitement. It's excitement for me, and we are one. We are one. There's no difference. There's nothing. We are one. We are Ugandan Sevens. That's what I was fighting him, and I was echoed down by a certain anyway. But what I was fighting was okay. People thought I was overreacting. Probably I was.
You were overreacting.
Yes, but what makes me happy is that in my overreaction, people saw what I was trying to refer to, and no one. And I repeat, you can check Pirate Strong, you can check Cobbs Rugby, you can check Heathen Stuko. They have a Twitter account that says Heathen Stuko. Everyone is posting the team as a whole as our boys. Our boys are come to represent. I have no problem with you mentioning your chaps, but let's not lose the sight.
Of course.
We are one team, one nation, and
And
we're
a
going
goal.
to. That is it.
Yeah.
Well, for us, if clubs have adopted an approach of posting the whole team, us as Namiriango College, we appreciate our own. So there is a poster moving around. We
Conveyor
have
belt.
our four guys on the team. Eh? We have two players and a TM and an S&C coach. So for us, guns blazing, or even put their years for reference. I think if Smack is copy, then they can copy. They're fond of copying. So let's see what they can do. But for us, Namiriango, we have done our job.
Well, seeing as all your trophies were won by former Smarkies, I just don't know.
Which former Smack is?
Guys, let's
we're
focus.
here, we're here.
Let's focus.
You guys.
Byron, the game. Actually, there are two games I want you to give me your sentiments on. The first one is the one against Australia in the Commonwealth Games, right?
Yeah.
We really had to win that game because the boys really turned up. Were playing against. I think by then Australia was number 2 on the HSBC series, and boys came out strong. But something happened. Anyway, we came out with a draw, and we didn't win the game. And the other game I want to speak about is the game against Germany in the Challenger series. That's a game where we all feel like we're dealt a hard number. I mean, the hooter was gone. There were a number of improvements, but the referee just seemed, to play on everything. And in typical Ugandan fashion, we just lost it. We lost it and then allowed Germany through. I'm sure you've been in that sort of place and pressure cooker. How would you react first of all to the Australia game and then to the game against Germany down in Chile?
Yeah, as a player, like if you give in all out, then the results don't come out the way you want. Of course, you'll be like you feel down. Indeed, we deserved the win against Australia. I was watching from this side. A lot of pressure fight on me. And yeah, we really needed that win against Australia. Guys gave in there, all the energy was there. But I think it all goes to God. It wasn't our day. So I think God made it to be like that. And then against Germany, yeah, like I've ever played against Germany. I think like twice or thrice. We are fully prepared for this. Like, yeah, Germany this time around they must go down. I don't know what happened. Like, I still can't comment about that game.
Me, when it comes to the Germany game, I want to loop it in with the Rujumba Sevens. You see, this may be controversial, but I don't care. The aspects of refereeing in Uganda should drastically improve. I don't think referees wake up every morning to make mistakes deliberately, but it is the nature of mistakes that they make that get on on our nerves. You get each and every person who comes to watch a game, whether a fan, a player on the field, these calls in one way or the other mess up the whole fraternity of refereeing in Uganda. And at the end of the day, it comes down to moments like in a Germany game that in one or the other, you're waiting for the referee to bail you out. Why? You have become accustomed to this kind of structure and feature that Ugandan referees will always bail you out. Not that they do it, but in one or the other, they can make a call that may be rather dubious or 50-50. Take the case in point, the calls that we saw on NBS Sports. I mean, I don't think a referee is going to wake up every day and say that you reached the try line shot and you've scored a try and he awards it. That could have been a mistake. It's just the nature of seeing it and how close he was that you see that was actually a big mistake. I think that's what even made the union come up with referees in the in-goal area to make sure that such issues don't come again. And I think in the Heathens Hippos game, it was one of the issues that came up, and there was issues of interpretation of the law. But back to the issue is that not forget even this incident in isolation, and it's not saying that the referee is bad. He's one of our top tier referees, but I mean, everyone has a bad day. It comes down to these aspects that if referees in Uganda continuously, in one or the other, through either negligence or laxity of interpretation of the laws, go ahead and continuously make calls, I don't think Heathens would wake up one day and say that, yeah, we're happy, we scored a try that was short. They also want to win within the rules of the game. Trust me, we spoke to many Heathens fans and players and they said the same thing. But the thing is that if calls are perceived to be favoring not even just one team, but select teams against a certain few, that's when you have a problem. Now it creeps into the national setup when you go on tournaments of this nature and calls do not go your way. I know we are an emotion country where we support our boys wholeheartedly, but you could genuinely see the Sevens guys from kickoff, other than that Kisiga being taken out of the air, all those penalties were legit against Uganda. There's no doubt about that. The major contention is about the time and maybe the Michael holding on penalty, which I don't think was legit. So now when you come back, you will now cry foul and say that referees are cheating. But you see, it starts in-house. And in one way or the other, there is no, because they're a smaller pool, and many refs have left, I think, Rogers Mulindo left, he's not going to referee. What's this guy? My South African buddy fan. Adiro left. Adiro is no longer a referee. Yeah, now in politics now. You see. So all this, you keep on losing numbers, and it's not attractive to become a referee in Uganda. You see. So at the end of the day, the referees we have in their small pool should be able to be held accountable with such calls that they make. Because at the end of the day, it creeps up to the national team, and we will also start the entitlement thing of saying that, oh, we're robbed, but it starts from here. Yeah, so we need, there needs to be drastic improvement in these things.
Just to supplement, the word is perception. Use the word perceived. Even when those mistakes happen, if it happens that the ref is making, I'm talking about the local scene, if that the refs make mistakes when a certain team is involved, then how come say Rosenberg can't make a mistake when Cobbs is playing Pirates? Why is it that she's making it, even when she's making a genuine mistake, it will be perceived as though she's the players of Cobbs will tell you the hooter went, our ball went out, and she was going to take a line out. Yet the hooter has already gone. Then the players had to go and say, but ref, the time is up. When she said no, then she had to turn back. That's when they told her. You get small things. I'm not saying Rosenberg is a cheater in it. No, but it's that perception. And if I may ask, guys, that clip of Heathens against Pirates, it happened almost immediately. Pirates chaps had a clip and it went around. I need to know. We have NBS. Why didn't they use the NBS footage to determine that call?
Caesar,
that's my question.
Caesar, I don't want us to spend so much time on this. So okay. I will answer you.
Okay.
To be a TMO, a technical match official, blah blah. There is some technicalities that you need. I think you need a particular license, and then you also need a particular standard of a stadium to have those installations done.
Okay.
And also the fact that NBS was just starting this, I don't believe it ever came up that they would need taking home TV match officials. And also I've been in the back end of production, so I will tell you that after this is done, of course the producers will pull this back, and if it's contentious, they will they will they will give it to the media people to use. So in that time, the referee isn't going to wait for the media people to
Yeah.
use him. So the time lag alone.
Okay.
can allow for
Do
that.
you
But
think-
of course I get the point you're trying to raise here.
Do you think we need walkie-talkies, mic'd up refs in Uganda? Do you think that would help having a referee communicates, referees communicating amongst each other? Why?
Yes.
There was the game I think Rhinos was playing, and I think one of the teams, was it either Two Eagles or something, scored a try against Rhinos. They actually even converted the try, but the ref had flagged, the TJ had flagged at the far end. And then my understanding of the law is that once a conversion is taken, you cannot cancel a try, irrespective of what has happened.
I've actually seen it happen. It can, everything can be cancelled.
Maybe let me talk a little bit of. I didn't want to talk about
Yeah.
it, but our local. The only issue we have here is about I think different refs interpret laws differently in our local league, so that makes it very hard. You get a call from a different ref in a different way, and the other one gives a different call. So that's what I believe is an issue in our local league.
Oh, okay. Yeah, from a player's perspective, I think it makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, but I do believe that the issue of walkie-talkies can be able to to improve communication among the refs, so that we get a few of these things out of the way. And also I like the issue of having in-goal refs, because I believe there's a try that Hiddens were claiming when Innocent tried to go past it, was
Yeah.
a stop shot, and then the goal ref was like, no, it didn't go through, and I'm like, okay, now this is a good improvement. But yes, walkies can help us go further in this.
But don't you think it affects us, even on the international scene, where I've watched rugby with very many people, legends, Kings Park, and you watch, and even when most of us might not understand the rules of sevens, for example, we are quick to blame the ref.
Of course.
Like Edwin has told you, I can tell you, I stayed awake for that match, and that entire match of Germany, I was sulking, I was making noise. This ref is racist. But he has just told you, he probably knows more sevens rules better than me, and he has just told me, apart from that time contention, that game generally was right, officiated well, but I keep quarreling. Now, if I got a chance in another life and I play on the sevens team, and
Another life indeed.
and a ref makes, but because my mind is preconditioned to the fan base that I've been having, where Ugandans, we really have an opinion on refs all the time. All the time. So does it affect, maybe Byron can also answer this, does it affect them when they're playing on an international scene, where they're in the refs' faces, because the background they had is for judging every call, even when some of them we don't know? Maybe that.
If I'm to remember very well, we went for a camp. I've been in so many camps. So all the national team players are expected to know the laws of the game.
Are there like sessions where
Yes, there are sessions. Of course, all the national team players, you must at least have a level 1 certified certificate coaching. So in that, you also go through the reffing, your laws. I think this comes to the players themselves, understanding the laws. Because like I said before, each one of us interpret the laws differently, however much they explain them to you. So on the bigger stage, if I'm to say something about that, I've played in tournaments, such tournaments and such things, you see them, not only against Uganda, also against other teams. I remember a game South Africa, Fiji, was it the the last Hong Kong I went for,
Mm.
the same thing happened. You could see that you can never like rule out mistakes from the referees. So all we can do as players, like you play all hearts out till the final whistle. So there are things you can never remove in the sport.
I believe we have to accept that referees are human and they're going to make mistakes here and there. And of course, some may come as obvious to the fan and the human eye, but we have to let them be human and make a fair decision. But I don't want to dwell on that. And as we end this, Uganda is down in South Africa playing Samoa in that let me call it a seed of some sort. So Caesar, I want your should I say, I want your predictions and what you think the boys are going to do. The first game to see if we can go to play in the quarters, the main cup, or position.
We'll play the US if we go through.
So
yeah,
Caesar, I want you.
We are winning. Let me tell you.
Beating Samoa.
We are beating Samoa because my reason behind that is because for the first time in a long time, everything has aligned. No players were playing in the club. Were all together. The coaches were there. The S&C went with them. They are together and they are upbeat. Me, I think.
And they are smart.
And those shots, my lord! I think they are ready. They are ready. I am telling you, they are going to beat Samoa. Those boys, me, I think they are superhuman. So please,
Edwin.
No, I think it's going to come down to three things. Can we match physicality in when we're on defense? How we get off our tackles and get back up. You know that drill guys don't like, the boopies. The boopies are designed for you to go up, then go down, and then get back up and go back up. So I think on the collisions, the racks and whatever, it's going to be very important to see how we get back up. Why? We have seen, I don't want to call it a tendency, but our usual starting seven usually finish the game. So that is going to be a very key issue going into this game against Samoa, knowing we need to win it. So the levels of fitness. So that means Uganda has to play the game at its pace. When it comes to defense, how do we defend on the racks and get back up to defend the next phase of play? I think that's going to be number one. Then number two is going to be on our attack. How do we attack Samoa to the point that we expose them and create the overlaps that we have? We have players who can break the line with so much ease. Timothy Kisiga is just one cut back in away from tearing you apart.
He's a Rolls Royce.
Yes, yeah. And then for one odd reason or another, when he starts running, you just can't catch him. Then you have Philip, who, for whatever reason, he knows how the ball will bounce, and he knows how to break the line. And for whatever reason, these guys have watched him for like nearly the 4 years or 5 years he's been on the circuit. There is no known antidote, no known vaccine against that state. You will see it coming and it will get you. You see. So now the attack. Then in the forwards, the power of our front three, Desire, Munyani, and the captain Michael. How are they going to control the tide in defense, and at the same time on our balls at the lineouts and then the wraps? Then I think three is also going to come down to individual brilliance to win the game, despite the fact that the first two are on teamwork. Individual brilliance is going to be very key. We'd want to see what Owakabi is going to do when it comes to being the playmaker. The playmaker. He has to do his job. Casito has to always save us those breaks. You know, I always say that for him, he doesn't care who you are. It's like the Backstreet Boys. I don't care who you are, where you're from. Me, as long as I tackle you, that's enough.
You can ask Boof about.
So those moments of individual brilliance are going to be very key for Uganda. A late minute tackle, a late minute turnover, a late minute step, and offload. The individual brilliance is going to be very essential if we are to go ahead and win this game against Samoa and build up to the next thing. I think those are the key things for me, from my perspective, that I would look at and be very intent on seeing if we are to go ahead and win the game.
And Byron, your final take?
I believe I think this is our best preparation we've ever had for the World Cup, provided we have experience in it. The team is good to go. And the good thing is these guys know that we are no longer a low-tier country. We've proven them wrong in so many areas. The previous Commonwealth Games, playing against Australia, playing against Germany. Guys are psyched up, and like you said, you have the Casitos at the back. And that's one of the most hard defensive guys I'm always scared of. The last guy, you can't see him coming from anywhere. You just
down.
This guy is here. How did he come? We have guys are psyched up. You have Ian Munyani, DJ Fufu is back, like you say. That's our whole force. At the bench, I don't know who the guys who are going to start, because the team is psyched up fully. If you have been watching their previous training sessions, everyone wants to start the game because it's a bigger stage, so on a bigger screen. And winning this game will come down to game management, because you're playing a bigger team. You have to manage your time very well. Yeah. So the way we manage our game, that's the way we shall win the game. But we are good to go. We are party spoilers. Samoa is going down.
And Louis, maybe lastly, there's something that we have in this World Cup that we've never had.
What is that?
Confidence. Before, we would go to tournaments where we would be surprised to win. Now boys know they can win. They can beat these teams, and never ever bet against confidence. It always works out. Man, I'm too excited. I'm sorry. Just too excited.
Uganda Rugby Sevens, we are with you this weekend. We shall be cheering you on from Kisasi at the BNB. I've been lucky to be joined by an Africa champion, and also a recent Rujumba Sevens champion. Our resident, he calls himself the Oracle, but we call him a keyboard warrior.
I'm a piano cat.
And I'm a piano cat. And of course, he's always being stressful to me, but he's a good lad, and we're always glad to have him here among us, a fat cat. He's also one of us, as a fat cat. But like I've been saying, make time and come to Kisasi and enjoy one of the most fun places you'll be at in Uganda. That's Afadhali BNB and Kisasi. Very conducive in case you want some peace to do some work. The Wi-Fi is amazing. Your files will load even before you want them. I think the Wi-Fi thinks for you. But I don't want to go further than I have to, because we have to get ready and get buying the kits so that we are in color, ready to support the Uganda Cranes. The 12 of you, we shall be cheering you on, and of course we are glad you're in the hands of capable management. We shall be cheering you on all the way from Kampala and all over Uganda. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for watching Fatcast Podcast. We'll see you next time.